Welcome back to Friend or Foes Mythic League, Week 2, Day 1, Game number 4. Final game of the day, SGR Reborn on the blue side against Ruby's Light Up Skechers on the red side. Finally, Ruby's Light Up Skechers is on the... Well, actually, were they on blue side in Game 2? I don't remember. However, it threw us off the last time we were on there because they were red on the blue team. Love to see it. Once again, my name is Whirler, casting alongside Bean Jar for our final game of the night.
Hello.
And we got a Seraphine ban, which is honestly a good ban to take off the table. Very good flex pick. And finally, we see Hecarim being taken off the table for the last game of tonight. Very dominant jungler. Felios also taken out for SGR. I would say that's a very specific ban. Do we have a Felios player on the red side this game?
I'm not too sure, but Aphelios has actually been talked about, behind the scenes, like, oh, this would be a good option for Aphelios. It is a particularly difficult champion you'd have to, main to play, I would assume. Turrets don't do all the work. But I feel like most of these picks are actually pretty... Oh, that's actually the Thresh ban. Thresh bans are typically player-specific. Tristana as well. Like, these teams... Well, either they're banning specifics or they just generally have better draft.
There you go. And we got Tristana, another good flex pick taken off the board with Gangplank as well as we go into our first pick of the draft. And that's going to be Jinx for SGR, revealing their AD carry. We'll see how confident they are with that. There's a lot of good options to go with Jinx. Jinx is a primarily very, very, very good pick. Into the meta right now, as we have Soraka Volibear on the red side. What do we got for us?
Yeah, I like, as a previous note, I would mention, even though Aphelios was good, there actually is a pretty decent Aphelios player on the side of RLS, first pick last game, and I feel like this is just fear, or, just knowing your opponents.
We have a very familiar face, Street Smurf. Everyone has hyped him up. Everyone loves his gameplay. How do you feel? How do you feel about Street Smurf this game? Do you egging him on?
I mean, okay, the entirety of last season, every game he was in, every game I was casting, is like, okay, Street Smurf is just gonna walk in and just pile his damage down and destroy the game. I'm not too sure about this season. Like, last games he had weren't doing the best, but he's had a history of doing really good, and I'm just on the line right now. I think this game he has to do really well, or else I don't know if I'm gonna hype him up as much as before.
And with Kayn and Xerath being picked on the side of SGR, looking for a very interesting comp they're building so far. I'd like to see how this plays out into phase 2 as we do lock in the Zillion. Looks to be a Zillion mid, actually, for Ruby's Light Up Skechers going into the first ban phase. 10 seconds left. What is their first ban going to be? Is definitely going to be something, I would say, onto the top side. They're definitely looking like a top side ban. Could be a support too. This could be a Xerath flex. No, don't fret about that, but they are going to take Nautilus off the table for their first ban.
Yeah, that champion and the umbrella Qs that'll hit you from millions of miles away, undercover behind minions, under different terrain. Anyways, so I'm thinking on the side of RLS, you could only imagine what they're gonna do with the Volibear Soraka Zillion. First, Volibear disables your tower. Soraka just heals him for full HP, walking ambulance, and then Zillion just gives him a second life health bar. That's gonna be pretty interesting to fight against. Your dive potential is amazing. I guess their bans are focused around just preventing the big engage.
A big support call out coming out from Ruby's Light Up Skechers, really calling out that that's going to be a Xerath mid. I don't necessarily think Xerath support is that much, or is better than Xerath mid. I think Xerath mid will actually be a little bit better. Still a flex pick though. I definitely invested a lot of resources into shutting down the support, as Ezreal is going to be locked in for RLS.
And you know what? Okay, before, I'm a Rengar player, but I would permaban Ezreal for 2 seasons straight. I have never seen it, but now I've recently not banned Ezreal very much nowadays, and what that champion can do is insane. The amount of damage from Essence Reaver just as an item itself is so amazing. It's on par with, I would say, Xerath, if not more, just depending on what that champion can do over time. And it seems that Soraka Zillion or Ezreal seems for very distance and safe plays that just pile on damage.
That's going to be Camille and Victor picked for SGR. That is going to be their final draft, and it is actually going to be, it looks to be the Xerath support. It was the support call out, and definitely took an advantage of with how many resources RLS put into banning out supports, as it is going to be Diana. Maybe Diana Jungle. Maybe we're going to see a Diana Jungle this game, newly brought back with this patch. Don't know how good it is, but we're going to find out, as it is going to conclude the draft for SGR versus RLS. We have Jinx, Kane, Xerath, Camille, and Victor for the side of SGR. And on RLS, we have Soraka, Volibear, Zillion, Ezreal, and Diana. That's going to conclude that. What do you think about this so far? Any predictions, any thoughts, opinions, facts?
I would actually predict that, my money is on RLS, but that's not to say that SGR isn't strong. I think RLS is going to win. I just want to point out Victor's Street Smurf is insane. Like, I played against it in a scrim, last season, and he just walked through the entire team. He just piled damage.
And this is a change of pace for SGR, as they did pick Seraphine, I think, mid both times in their 2 games, putting Street Smurf on a more carry than Seraphine champion. Definitely better at wave clearing. Definitely pumps out a lot of damage. I'm very interested to see how this goes as we enter our final game of the night, Game 4. We have SGR versus RLS, if you haven't heard already, as they are going to 5-man invade in the top side. It looks like they're going to get a lot of pressure here.
Did they see the Diana? I can't be sure.
Or call out the Diana.
It's a bait, single person.
She is going to get slowed. She's going to force to blow her flash, and that's going to be Akali landing a nice shuriken flip. Actually, that was not Akali. Akali was banned. That was a hook shot. That was a very good hook shot from Camille to shut down the Diana early and pick up our 300, 400 gold even for
look at
the
this
Victor.
hook shot, though.
Let's look at this replay.
Look how far it goes. Like, it just looks like he's walking through the enemy team. Like, it just... Okay, so they don't have the vision. They have vision only on Death, which is an amazing bait. It makes the Diana doubt herself. You see this? Look at the hook shot. What is that distance?
That's a max range hook shot if I've ever seen it. Very well played from SGR to give themselves first blood. And that is going to be the start of a very, very exciting match so far, giving Victor a Dark Seal start right before the lane, right before minions even spawn. I think that this is going to go super well for Street Smurf in the lane phase, but let's see how he uses this advantage.
Yep, and with that, predictions will end. I'll just end them right now.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I feel like this is a bit rough for the side of RLS. That's a rough start, but it's not the end of the game yet. Diana still has much room to grow. Like, this is only just the start of this game.
Mm-hmm. Not too much was lost in that level 1. Diana was able to get to the leash in time. It did happen very early. The only downside is it did give Victor a huge gold advantage in the lane, but we're going to see how that goes out, as it is going to be a bot side clear from both sides, and it is going to be Kane looking to full clear as per usual. Top lane, bot lane, usual trades coming out. Good trade from the Xerath, getting a lot of damage onto the Soraka to start it off. Volibear taking some damage himself. How do you feel about how this game is going to go? We have seen a couple Conqueror jinxes, but we've been seeing an influx as a good trade is going to be going on with the Soraka. Is this going to be responded to? Wow, Jinx pumping out damage like no tomorrow. How do you feel about Lethal Tempo over Conquerors? Hookshot coming on the Volibear. He is level 2, so he's going to get a good trade. Anti is going to be forced to under tower, forced to box both pots. A very interesting start for them. But how do you feel about the Jinx with the Lethal Tempo?
I feel like the Lethal Tempo isn't bad. I feel, my personal grime about Lethal Tempo is that it's, like, inconsistent. Like, let me just wait a few seconds, not doing maximum damage output, to then attack really fast. Like, it just feels bad, because when you need your damage, you need it. But I guess for these extended fights, it's going to be really good.
Ooh, very good poke trades coming out from the Xerath, dodging out on Ezreal's return poke and getting 2 abilities on the Soraka. Some good footwork from the Jinx, putting out 2 rockets
Bullied.
onto both of them. Gonna bring them both under tower with half HP. This one's a doozy.
Yeah, this is rough. But okay, this is a result of the first blood because the blue side SGR got vision of the Diana's what's it called? Of the
Ooh,
Diana's
good stun
red.
up. Oh my god, a great
Oh my.
stun from the Xerath is going to succeed a kill for the Jinx. That's going to be a full kill too. It's going to go all to the Jinx. Very well played from them.
Yeah, saying again, this is a result of the level 1 kill. If you get the vision on the red side, or red
Ooh,
buff
we're getting
actually.
sorry to interrupt, but we're going to get a gank in the top lane. It's going to be Kane coming on Entai. He has to force the flash, but it is going to be responded with Camille's flash. Great gank coming out from Kane. Going to get this Camille set ahead.
Yeah, this is it's snowballing over and over and over. I would actually assume Diana, from her starting, would be able to help out the Volibear, but it just seems a really rough start for RLS.
And there's going to be quite a stomp of a start so far. Ezreal taken very low is going to get healed up by the Soraka. Now it's going to be Jinx with no potions, looking to sort of reset after this successful lane phase so far. 4 minutes into this game, we have 3 kills spread out on all 3 lanes.
Yeah, just doubled the CS. I think, okay, SGR really just, I mean, they're just doing well. I mean, there's nothing much to say more than that, as we're probably going to get some more rotations onto the Dragon, because once you've lost down on this gold lead on these kills, I guess you could go for more coordinated team play, you know, getting numbers advantage to get back this. But otherwise, I'd say we'd hopefully go for maybe just objectives in general.
The turnaround from Camille to even out that trade, it isn't going to go anywhere, but it is going to be a lot of damage coming out from both sides. Volibear forced the TP back in after all of that, is going to pick up the boots to get back to lane faster, even though he TP'd. I would consider that to be an interesting buy. However, getting your boots as quick as possible isn't always a bad thing. Level 5 coming out, Volibear is looking to potentially push this one in, maybe get some river vision. We'll see what he does with this. As it is looking like Xerath and Jinx are going to go for the vision in the red side blue buff, getting the dragon for themselves. It's going to be Kane and Jinx taking that down as Xerath is on his own, dealing a lot of damage over there for himself, bringing Soraka to half health already. That's huge because that's your healer. And that healer is...
Don't mess with your white mage.
No, don't mess with that. Not only that, but bringing a Soraka low is actually very ideal in this situation because that gives Soraka less opportunities to use her W in the lane phase before going back. And, oh my god, the auto W from the Jinx is actually going to take her out. No use for any of that. Good stun up from the Xerath is going to be a max duration stun. Jinx is getting far ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
This is just nothing but bullies. Actual bullies on the bot lane. You just get poked from the Jinx, like zap, zap, zap. And then you get the Xerath just lobbing Qs. Like, look at the damage that's actually being thrown out under tower.
2 kills and 2 plates later, along with almost 20 CS up, this Jinx is looking to dominate the early game. And that champion only gets more scarier. Or, well, actually, not more scary, but scarier in general as it goes on. Flash stun coming out from the Xerath is going to drop the Ignite, is going to get rooted under tower. Xerath is actually going to give over a kill to the Soraka. A flash coming out from the Jinx isn't going to be enough to take out the Ezreal. Ezreal forced to blow the heal as well as Soraka heal. Is going to get more healing from the Q. Soraka is looking to, turn this lane around for them. Does get the kill onto Xerath. Xerath does go down, doesn't give a shutdown. However, we are back to neutral, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, both are, as far as neutral goes, I'd say it actually a little bit of an edge to SGR, with the dragons and the gold lead and such. Oh, there might actually be a skirmish.
Camille going in, this does miss the hook shot, doesn't get the stun, does get out-traded by the Volibear. Volibear going to walk out of that unscathed.
Yeah, I feel like there might be a slight problem just with the building, because if Volibear were to just be a little bit more chill for these first few levels, you don't actually need to die early and then be forced to buy boots. But even then, you could have saved your gold for what I would assume
Ooh.
is, oh,
Oh my god, very well played from Ezreal. Out of vision, he is going to get the ulti onto the Jinx, E forward with the Q, and is going to get a 450 shutdown for himself, force Jinx to go back to the base. And
that
it
is
is
a great combo.
very much so. And in return, in the jungle, it's going to be Diana alting for ult with the Kayn. Is going to jump back on. Kayn going to go through the wall to get a little bit of health. They're going to fall back. There's going to be no kill there. Good stun up from the Xerath is going to bring Soraka very low, but the healing is going to be enough. Flash auto from, or flash Q from the Xerath, or from the Victor is going to bring them down. And it is going to be Ezreal barely getting out of that one as well. It is going to be a return kill, and Xerath with the snipe to take them out. It is going to be 2 for 1 so far. Diana looking to engage onto this. Doesn't have the ulti, but does have the E to potentially jump on the Victor. Is going to dodge out the Xerath ult. This one's not over yet. Street Smurf is not safe. Is going to be a good shield coming out from Street Smurf. She's going to raw E onto the Victor, not get a reset. Is going to go down to the Kayn. In the top lane, we have Camille versus the Volibear, bringing him very low. We're going to have to see that one again, as Camille did bring him half health from a previous trade under the tower. Is going to be getting a Q, good damage onto there with the Sheen. Is going to ulti to drop the turret aggro for one shot, reset the damage. He is going to walk forward, isn't going to walk away, doesn't have the flash to get away either, is going to be slowed and sliced up.
There's not too much reason to go back for that last auto, and even then, the tab eyes is good. I guess that's what he was going for, but I personally would have gone just, you know, the healing reduction. Not too much, but still reasonable to go to the Bramble Vest too.
As Ezreal is coming back from the grave with a vengeance, as he does get half of Jinx's health and forces them off once again. Jinx and Ezreal are going at it in this bot lane. The bloodbath down here.
Yeah, what you see in these teams is that, okay, the next neutral objective they're probably going to fight for, and what Victor is actually possibly setting up for.
Anti-aggressive. He's going back into it. 2 levels down. Is going to take all of his HP again. Diana is going to go forward. Is going to get the ulti and the 500 gold shutdown onto Camille. Camille not going to be able to get out of that one. She will give the paycheck to the jungler. And that is going to be what you were talking about. Having priority over the Rift Herald. With Diana getting that kill, that gives her a lot of time. However, it is not going to be spent on the Rift Herald. Rift Herald's still going to be up for grabs.
Yeah, it seems that Kayn, you know, might actually catch some vision here, but between Rift Herald and Dragon, at this point in the game, the Dragon's useful, but not the most at the moment. I mean, it's very good to have just to stall it out. Oh,
good damage coming out. Is going to get forced with Baraka ulti. Isn't going to go down quite yet. Ezreal eating forward to hopefully snipe the Ezreal. Isn't going to be enough. Ezreal taking a lot of damage from this Jinx. Is going to go down. Soraka with the Q to get the slow is going to save her. Soraka is going to get out of this alive thanks to that Q slow. Isn't going to be enough to go down. Warplague is getting a lot of gold, however, with these kills. Almost, I think this should be Gale Force or Kraken Slayer. I would say either are good pickups for this Jinx. But I think that's going to be first item coming down. That is going to be the Kraken Slayer. How do you feel on Jinx specifically? The idea of going Gale Force or Kraken Slayer? The situations are obvious themselves, but the uses are very, very different. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's actually somewhat ironic because, okay, if you had the lethal tempo, yes, of course, go Kraken Slayer, more faster autos, you just get that damage down. However, for this situation, if you had a Conqueror Jinx, you'd be able to more easily go for the Gale Force and dash away from the Ezreal dash, from the Diana dash in, and the Volibear engage, and that's probably what you'd want more in this situation if you just want to keep yourself safe.
Absolutely, as it's looking very promising for SGR, being 6 kills up, 2 dragons, and their carries are quite fed, I would say. Jinx already has first item, not even 11 minutes into the game. Camille going to go for a trade onto the Volibear, isn't going to go too much there. Jinx looking to get some damage onto the Ezreal once again. Back to the Volibear. Volibear is going to be ulted. He isn't going to get out of this one. Does have the flash for when it goes down, but will he live? He is going to get the HP. Is going to walk away from this without having to use the flash. Kayn coming in to respond to this gank in the bot lane. Gonna get silenced up, but isn't gonna be too much. Is gonna go down. Does waste the ulti onto the Soraka. Soraka is gonna go down to the Jinx. Jinx getting another kill in her pocket. We got Victor in the background, looking to get a Q onto the Ezreal. Ezreal is gonna go down. Ulti onto the Diana. Diana is gonna be taken very low. Is gonna go down to another tick of the Victor ult. Jinx taking 2 towers. Is gonna go down to the tower. Tower carrying the game for RLS.
I mean, I guess the tower's just, the best player in the game. No, I'm just kidding. I'd say, okay, I'm very proud, of before, I was saying Street Smurf was a force to be reckoned with. And from this game forward, I can say that with my head held high.
And another trade in the top lane. Volibear backing and TPing into this is going to have Vengeance, too, as he gets half health off the Camille. Doesn't get too much traded back either. Volibear pushing in the advantage here. Camille forced to run away with the tail between her legs. Will she be able to turn this one around to get the advantage back? We will have to find out as the time comes, as the vision's being cleared in the bot side jungle.
Yeah, there was a middle section of the top lane, like for a bit of the laning phase, where you could have had Volibear dominate the Camille. Like, we've seen this exact matchup before, Volibear versus Camille, and even with Camille with the wave advantage wouldn't win against a Volibear. But I feel like just because of how the Volibear's been playing, a lot of this advantage that you would normally have has been lost.
Alrighty. There's going to be Diana looking to pick up this crab for herself. Is going to get some control into the jungle. No dragon quite yet to make it work for them. Ezreal is going to ulti towards the top lane. Not really going to hit anything. No health bar. Dangerously low down there. They are lane swapping. Camille is going to be holding the bot lane as Ezreal and Soraka are looking to push this, get some damage on the tower. We do have Kayn and Diana both here. It is potentially 2v3 as Diana does look to engage on this. Oh, Volibear going to go down on the top lane, but trade kill with the Zera tanking the tower. It is going to, let's see this one again. It is going to be Jinx pumping some damage onto this tower, uncontested. Volibear doesn't have the ulti, doesn't have the flash, forced to flash away very previously.
The dream.
The flash actually was just used there. That was actually a UI bug because of the replay. He's going to flash onto the Xerath, trade a kill for that. We'll see if that's going to be worth later on, as Camille is going to jump in. Ezreal forced to E away. We do have Camille ult online. Diana forcing the Camille to back away. Kayn jumping forward is going to get the knockup onto Soraka. Soraka bumping out the ulti. That's going to be Ezreal pumping out damage onto the Kayn. Kayn will go down. That's going to leave Camille by herself defend. Let's see if she can do it. It is going to, they could push for this tower potentially. But we'll see how that will go. Ezreal throwing skill shots wide, and Camille looking to keep this back neutral as she does jump on to the Soraka, one-shotting her. Good lord. It's not here. Recalling for the BM. This Camille is looking to take the game in their pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a massive, massive 2v1. As they do take out the bot lane, Diana is looking to pick up the shutdown, though. Diana, let's see if Camille can do this one. Diana's going to be playing the long game. Going to take the long way. Oh,
he's gone.
Camille didn't.
I mean, you see him.
Diana didn't see him. Camille got out of that unscathed. Is going to loop around, though. Volibear ulting in the top lane. Victor getting stunned up. Victor taken very low, but so is Anti. Anti is going to go down to the Fed Victor, and Jinx pumping out massive amounts of damage onto the tank.
Yeah, that's just brutal.
And it does look like Camille has gotten out alive.
Yeah, the Camille, the great escape for her, actually. There is a possibility she could have taken the Diana, mainly because Diana didn't have ultimate, but I feel like if you just get away with that, it's pretty safe for you. Like, you're pretty strong right now. The Camille, if you saw the damage she could do, that's half HP, like, full combo is doing half of Ezreal's full health bar. Same for Soraka, too. So, like, just 2 engages and you're gone.
As it looks like Ezreal is going to pick up his first item. It's going to be the Essence Reaver. He's going to pick up no tier this game. How do you feel about no tier on Ezreal?
I mean, I like the synergy. Like, you used to always do tier just because it has great synergy with the mana of Essence Reaver and just the extra damage.
Ooh, forced to E out of that, almost getting sniped out. Taking a lot of damage from Poke, and Poke alone is going to take more damage from Poke and Poke alone. They are going to pop the Rift Herald onto the tier 1. Is going to take it very low. Isn't going to go down quite yet. No minions to respond to that. We'll see how this one goes, but go on.
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty interesting. This is just straight bullying, just from both teams.
Uh-oh, this is going to be a very interesting one as they're going to be clumping up top lane, leaving Zillion alone. That's going to be War Plague going forward, dealing half the Zillion's health. Xerath landing a good stun on the Diana, stopping that engage. Camille starting off the Dragon, Mountain Drake coming in. It's going to be very, very interesting. Is this actually Mountain Drake? No, that's actually a client bug, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Cloud Drake. It is a Cloud Soul this game.
I wonder if it updates once it dies. Oh, it does! Yay!
Yeah. It was just a one-off. But we are on Soul Point, ladies and gentlemen. 16-5, SGR looking to take this game and take it home.
Yeah, I think that bug was mainly because I could only assume that Mountain Drake is the first Drake.
Ooh, Diana ulting the Victor in, forcing the flash. This is going to force a flash out of the Zillion, too, as he walks a little out of position. Soraka, by AoE damage and AoE damage alone, is going to go down. Street Smurf taken low from the Zillion bomb. There's going to be no return kill. Soraka going down for free.
Yeah, I would like to mention, birds aren't real. The Zillion. I mean, I like that they aren't dying too much, but they have a net total impact of just about what seems like nothing this game. Like, even then, you're not really exceeding in farm with all this Victor realm, so it feels like there's just been too much pressure.
As Camille is going to jump on the Ezreal, deal all of his health. He is not going to have a chance in this world. Diana is in a world of hurt, as she is going to go down as well. Jinx going to take the bot tier 2 tower, get a nice ulti onto the Zillion. That's going to be Soraka fending for herself against the Camille. Robot's going to take her down. She will go down to minions, however. That's going to be a tier 3 coming down for SGR. They're going to take this inhib, ladies and gentlemen. We got a fight going on here. Jinx and Camille, along with Victor, the Fed carries, ladies and gentlemen, are taking this game by storm.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, RLS doesn't have too much hope. Like, there is options. Like, what Diana can do late game and synergize team play along with the Zillion. It has potential, but this is really rough for this team.
Ezreal calling out the snipe to take Jinx out from backing. It would have killed if it hit, however, did not quite land. Saw that on the minimap. So it is going to be Ruby's Light Up Sketchers looking to get some vision in the top side. Right as Baron's about to come up, we are well over a kill a minute. We are actually almost 1.5 kills a minute, ladies and gentlemen. We got a bloodbath.
I mean, not as much as a bloodbath. This is like a light blood shower compared to last game. Last game was like, I don't really know, but I'm assuming like 2 kills per minute.
We'll have to check those stats later, as we do have the Baron coming up in 30 seconds. Victor doing a lot of damage to the Volibear. The Volibear is going to have to jump on out of there. Did save the ulti, did save the flash, didn't expend much, but this Victor is threatening, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to go down. Diana with no hassle whatsoever. That is going to be Camille picking up the kill on to the Zillion. Flash Q coming out from Xerath, doing a lot of damage to the bot lane. Off to the side, we have Volibear being taken out by the Kayn. Kayn isn't going to take him out quite yet. Does get health from the ultimate. Stunned up by the Xerath. Volibear will finally go down to Victor's hands, and that's going to be Camille diving in, Trick 2G style.
Fountain diving.
Trick 2G style to take out the Ezreal and Soraka behind both towers. And ladies and gentlemen, that will actually be the conclusion to Game 4. Diana does have the ultimate. Will she look to save this game? She is going to get stunned up and taken out almost immediately. This Jinx is not here to play. None of these carriers are here to play, as it is going to be Ruby's Light Up Sketchers going down in SGR, taking game number 4. That's a quite, that's a bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen. If I've ever seen a bloodbath, I think we just saw it. Wasn't even fair, it looked like. Camille behind 2 Nexus towers, taking out 2 people on her own. We got Jinx pumping out damage like no tomorrow. Speaking of damage, I would like to see who dealt the most bloodshed this game. It is going to be Camille with top of the hearts, doing so much for her team in the top lane alone. Shutting down the Volibear, getting herself fed, is going to take this game by storm, along with the lead Victor got used very well, is going to take this game by storm as well. Jinx pumping out damage with the poke from Xerath. Both bot laners dealing insane amounts of damage. Ezreal and Soraka barely got to play.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before. Lucas bullies, like you could not play the game. Like you might as well have just walked away from your keyboard because you're just, you know, what, even if you were to back to Fountain, they'd probably still be able to hit you from there. You just throw a few Qs and it somehow magically, you know, hits or lands on you. Like this was, oof. You know, I'm proud to say that I can now fangirl over Street Smurf for the next few games, and that previous game on Seraphine wasn't just, you know, it was a fluke, you know, just a mispick maybe.
A perfect game coming out nonetheless of Street Smurf as well. 7-0, did not drop one kill. That's going to be an epic way to end out the games for tonight. Stick around because we do have an interview with our winners. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you then. And then right afterwards, we'll catch you at the lounge. Don't go anywhere.
Hey folks, Chris Edgeworth here. I am joined by Hepate from the victorious Sick Game Riot Reborn. How you feeling after that game?
I feel pretty good, to be honest. We really played really well, even though like the skill disparity was really high. We were really like happy on the way we execute.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely I couldn't have much qualms about how you guys executed that game. It was mostly clean for sure. Tell me about prepping for this game. What was the draft plan coming in, especially with the spicy bot lane combo you guys cooked up?
Yeah. To be honest, I was just like thinking like, oh, we just have to play like versus teammates, but just a bit better, and maybe we'll just win a bit quicker. So that was pretty much the game plan.
Well, I mean, certainly you won early in your matchup. You were able to get the early kill, and then I like that you transitioned into the executioner early. Tell me about your playing out your lane.
Well, to be honest, as soon as the lane started, I really noticed he really don't know how to play a matchup. So like, just by the fact that I was really confident in the matchup, and like I pretty much know how to play it, and I'm just careful of details. And he just misplays most of the time with the waves. I didn't do like that much mechanical outplays, maybe some for the dives, but in general it was just like I punish him for every mistakes he do.
Yeah, I mean, the one mechanic that we were oohing and awing about is the ultra max range Camille E to start the game. That was pretty sick. And the blue side Camille, you just gotta love the angles on that. And then, so you guys had this lead going in the game, and then you were able to transition this into all this bot pressure. How did it? What was this? Your game plan coming in was to take this and take it bottom lane with the big Jinx Xerath combo.
To be honest, since it was kind of a autofill support, we just offered him like what was the more comfort pick for him. Fortunately enough, he was really good on his Xerath, so big props to him. For the rest of the matchups, for the moment, I don't see that much challenge in top lanes, so I'm mostly confident on like whatever matchup I'm facing.
Where do you think that your team matches up in the league? Where do you think that you'll end up?
I'm pretty sure like if I turn on Netflix during games versus like teammates and like the high elo teams, I'm pretty sure we can finish first.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Going straight to the top, all the way to the moon, Diamond Hands on SGR Reborn. Hepate, I want to thank you again for joining us for an interview. Any final thoughts? Anything to say before we go?
Yep, cock.
There you go. All right, folks, we're going to take an intermission. We'll be back with the FOF Lounge. Don't touch that browser. We'll be right back.
Holy shit, I gotta go shit.
Go.